that I am on here. Thank you for being here. If you're here with me, I am so excited to be a part of LinkedIn Live and the creator mode that LinkedIn offers. It's just a pleasure. I'm excited to be a part of your morning. If you're here, I just want to double check everything is lined up. This is a new presentation for me. Oh my gosh, there we are. Okay. Good morning, if you're here. Okay, wonderful. So here we are. I want to thank you, first of all, for being here. We have a few minutes and we will just wait for folks to drop in and I'll start the presentation. I'm just going to, seems like it's skipping a little. That's okay. We'll work through it. Just a minute here. Okay. Okay, I love that. Okay, so if you're here with me now, fantastic. If you are joining at a later time, that's brilliant too. I wanted to take a moment to just find myself here, and it appears everything is working together. I would love to invite you to connect with me here on LinkedIn. I bring new information all the time about self-awareness, leadership, and beautifying yourself and your world around you. So I hope you will find an opportunity to explore these ideas, because as I bring them to you, they are able to help everyone elevate your experience, their experience through your own personal energy. I love fostering these lessons around personal leadership because it's really the best investment you can make in who you are and your career, as well as just your personal experience being elevated. The quote I'd like to share with you right now is from Socrates: "The unexamined life is not worth living." And I feel like it's kind of harsh in some ways to really think about that, but does that ring true to you? I'd love to hear in your comments if you have a moment to share whenever you're able to watch this video. Is an unexamined life worth living? I am all about self-reflection and moving forward. I seek mentorship from a lot of different individuals, including my own children. My daughter is sitting nearby, so maybe she can contribute to this conversation, um, as she is a wonderful leader in her own right. Now, the reason I wanted to share this concept around personal leadership through self awareness is because it is the very beginning of developing leadership skills, whether it's just for your own navigating of your own life, or whether it's to elevate your experience with your colleagues, your superiors, your potential clients, potential employers. Bringing self-awareness into any room where you are helps you increase your energy, increase the vibration that you bring to the space. And in this time, you are able to take a look at where you are, read the room, what is happening, and understand your place in time. So, understanding what you can be and do to contribute to the function of whatever is happening. What does that mean? So, in a couple different contexts, you could look at this in a way of going into an interview and noticing, your appearance. In your appearance, like today, I'm wearing a tan shirt, trying to look, my best today. I have on a lovely necklace. This was made by a friend of mine. I took some time and styled my hair this morning to make an impression of what I'm all about to you. And taking those moments to really sort of dote on ourselves, refine our appearance in the best ways that we can begin that daily routine of self-awareness, just understanding our health, what's happening with our face, what's happening. We can see what's happening on the inside through the outside of our face. So being aware that others can see that I'm, not in my pajamas. I have done the work to present myself to you today. I've organized myself early to try to make a good impression on whoever watches this video. Now, in an interview, arriving a little early, making sure that you're looking your best. And if something happens along the way, if you get a little coffee stain on your shirt or your jacket, just owning that and not ignoring it in the company of others if you're trying to make a good impression, but just saying, oh my goodness, this happened to me today and I really had to just shake it off because I had this interview and I'm so happy to be here, and I hope you'll just overlook that. Just offering just an acknowledgement and then helping them move on from any kind of thing that you're bringing into the room that you didn't plan on bringing. So that's just one example of how you can lead your experience and the experience of others through helping them understand what is going on. Now, being able to walk into a room, we all get a little nervous being in a large group of people, but if it's a networking event and you're trying to make a good impression on others, really being aware of your presence is truly the first way to offer an invitation for someone to come and talk to you. So here on LinkedIn, we send an invitation by our InMail, and that is a lovely way to meet others. I get a lot of invitations from individuals to partner with them or to collaborate or develop some kind of relationship that would be mutually beneficial. And that is coming from the presentation on my page. So in person, not only do we get to have an appearance like the presentation on our page, but we get to bring our personal energy into the room. And that can be incredibly helpful. You can leverage that if you work on it and refine it. So today we're going to work on our facial appearance and the energy that we share with individuals by just the shape that our face has made to this point in our lives. So when I say the shape that our face has made, I'm talking about any kind of expression lines that we have carried forward through our habitual facial movements. So you can do something about those, and I'm going to show you how. But a couple of other things I just wanted to share. I just want to make sure I cover my topics lovely here, is more about self-awareness. Understand your strengths and weaknesses. By understanding your strengths and weaknesses, you can walk into a room, walk into an interview, a networking event. You can do a live here and leverage your strengths. And even look at your weaknesses as maybe even your superpower, something that you can move beyond. I want to use a couple of examples. So years ago, before I stepped into leadership, community leadership, leading individuals, developing fundraising schemes, giving speeches, collaborating with other leaders, leading leaders to my ideas, I had to overcome public speaking. I had to do something to find my voice, to overcome public speaking. So I understood the outcome I was looking for was to help lead our community. That was what I was looking for. So to get there, I understood my strengths and weaknesses. My strengths were my passion for helping my children, my work ethic, that I do things and I can make magic happen, fundraising wise, and that what I bring is unique and different, and it attracts some people. So those are my strengths. I'm a good communicator, but at the time I was a good communicator really just by email and marketing, and public speaking was just, it wasn't my cup of tea. So I had to lean into this weakness and develop it. And eventually it became my superpower. I have been able to give speeches to hundreds of people, have conversations with, Senator Feinstein. I've been able to just immerse myself in local politics and create changes and shifts in my own personal community that have been very lasting. So by practicing public speaking, and I did that live. I stepped into a leadership role and I just started public speaking. And I don't recommend that for everyone. You may not. I don't recommend just going cold, but I felt so passionate about it that it worked. And the only way to get comfortable with giving a presentation, with speaking publicly in front of groups of people, is simply to just do it, to just be there, and to practice ahead of time, of course. The best way to practice is, in your own time, while you're making dinner, while you're driving. But a really great way to practice is to, join a BNI group or join Toastmasters, or do something where you're getting some really nice support from other individuals who are in the same boat as you. And with the feedback that you get in time, you'll be able to refine this weakness and create a strength out of it, because it's just a skill, almost all of your weaknesses will be skill related. 2 other things of self-awareness, then we'll jump into the face yoga. Practice empathy. Being empathetic with others helps you create a connection instantly, silently, and without making a fuss over what you're up to. By understanding and putting yourself in the shoes of others, you can begin to listen to the language they use. So, for you to make a deep connection with someone, this act of self-awareness, of empathy, can help you use your language to create the desired outcome that you have, leading people to the outcome through representing it in their language. That's one of the best tips I can give you right now in the moment. It's helped me in a number of ways raise a lot of money for the organizations that I do that for. The third thing, which I've already discussed actually in the first thing, is to incorporate feedback from others. When others give you feedback, be open, receive it well, receive it with love. I think a really wonderful action of self-awareness is to receive well. And then you can use your intelligence to act upon it. So you can receive it, note it, think about it, make some decisions. Is this feedback helpful? Acknowledge it, even if it's a challenge for you. Let the ego go away. And then you can help yourself by using the feedback to refine your message. I would love to hear your feedback here. The other thing about receiving feedback is you can decide, I appreciate the feedback and the connection, and we'll keep developing that. But maybe the feedback isn't exactly meant for me. It's not something that I really need to attend to now. Note it and let it go. So take the feedback that you receive, think about it. It may not be resonating with your cultural background, with your gender, with whatever is maybe blocking your receiving it. But think about it and let it go. Receive it and take it in. If it resonates with something, oh yeah, I do need to work on that. Like right now, I'm getting a little long-winded. I notice that's my personal feedback that I need to move on here. So today I want to show you for your own self-awareness. When we communicate with individuals, using our faces is one way to share our message. And it may be another way to attract the individual, to attract others to your cause, to your company, to the sale of your products. So when we do this, we want to ensure that our messaging is not misconstrued from any kind of muddled appearance. So by that, I mean anyone who frowns a lot or is a deep thinker, someone who really thinks and they bring their eyebrows together and they're thinking. There's a number of things going on there. But what a lot of people may naturally think, like children may think this, if there's a furrowed brow and the eyes are like this, because over time, as we get older, these lines can fix there and even deepen and have these crevasses. You can do something about it. These are muscles, and we can tone our muscles and fill in these fine lines and wrinkles that develop over time. The reason that you'd want to do this is if You walk into a room, you're sharing your message, you're attracting people, you have the energy. Most likely, many people will overlook that wrinkle. But some people who you want to influence, your employer, your colleagues, a new employer, they might wonder, wow, this guy, this woman, this person looks angry. I wonder if she's angry all the time. This is a subconscious thought that can influence how others, take you, how others receive you. One other note about this: when we have these lines in the acupressure world are connected to our liver and pancreas. So what happens with the liver and pancreas? We're releasing bile. This is a very sharp part of our body where we're releasing and facilitating elimination, essentially. It's just a holistic, subtle energy connection from this part of our face. And that kind of activity in our body is sharp. And it also relays to the people who are receiving you that this is someone who's intense. This is an intense person. This is someone who's going to be working really hard. That's all really good. But it can also, sharpness can also relate to anger, frustration, grumpiness. You might not be easy to work with. These are subconscious things that we might be relaying to others. So let me show you an exercise that can correct and counter this natural pose that we may be doing by just overthinking or being frustrated or really being grumpy. So what we're going to do is here, let me show you this muscle. This is the frontalis muscle. I just love anatomy and physiology. And it lies here on the face, and it moves in an upward motion at the hairline. So that's the face. I don't see others here in my live asking questions, so I'm just going to keep going. So here's what you do. You can gently bring the fingers to the center of the forehead, just like this. Can find those lines between the eyebrow. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. And press here and spread it wide and try to frown. Frown, frown for 5, 4. Pulsing it, 3, 2, 1, and release the pose. Roll the shoulders back. You might be feeling a little coolness. It's all of those bits of circulation coming in there that we've isolated. They're doing something different, and they're letting you know that. And then another way to do this, which I love, you could do it this way. Make a peace sign and gently place it between the brows and spread the brows wide. Try to not make any other lines here. So make sure you're not making extra lines, and then try to frown and then hold it. Let's just hold this one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the pose and notice. Take a deep breath. Notice how it feels. You're bringing awareness here to this area. A final one that you can do without anyone noticing. If you're in a cubicle, in an open floor plan in your office, you can use the pad of your hand, place it here. You just place it, do the exact same thing, and except you're not spreading it, you're pressing in. And pressing in, I'm going to use my knee here. I'm sitting on my yoga mat, and I'm going to just hold it here and try to make those wrinkles between my eyebrows. We call them 11 lines for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. So that one's hard. I can't really show you because I'm literally covering up most of my face, but that's okay. So there we are. We can bring a little gentle tapping, roll the shoulders back, open the heart, lifting up. Our alignment is key to all of our presentation, right? Rolling the shoulders back, opening the heart. We are physically in a moment of receiving information, and that's very powerful. So, there were two other things that I wanted to share with you in this self awareness workshop. And I have the perfect amount of time to finish this in 30 minutes, which is great. I don't see people dropping in any comments, but you can later, after you watch this, drop a comment if you have questions or if you want some more information. I'm happy to share that with you. Okay, so here at the smile lines, couple things here. Sometimes our face over time, we can droop here from having, I can't really do it because I'm such a smiler, but a frown. Some people frown when they're thinking, or some people just frown because they're sad. But presenting yourself with a frown is unhelpful in business. It's not the way to receive. And only those at the top can get away with doing that. So let that go. I want to invite you to think about releasing tension from the face and neck. When we release tension, we soften the appearance of our smile, and we also soften the appearance of our throat, which helps us to communicate better. In yoga, the throat chakra, part of the chakra system, is the connection point from our intellect, our brain, and our senses in the lower part of the body. So when we clear the throat chakra through relaxation, through talking, chanting, expressing ourselves with intention, we're able to relax the neck. And we can do things to relax the neck, just giving ourselves a neck massage. So lovely. Maybe bringing the fingers down the neck. This is a very healthful practice. We're stimulating our salivary glands, our thyroid muscle, not thyroid gland, and all the muscles around it. So having a little neck massage every day can help your appearance look more relaxed. It can actually physically relax the muscles. And why is this important? Well, let me give you an example. One of the reasons I dove into learning face yoga is for so many years, my smile was similar to this. I can't really do it exactly, but it was like this. Notice the tension. It probably superficially looks okay. The tension is here though. It's like, and then here too. This tendon is protruding. It's not relaxed. So I was experiencing limitations of communicating with others. I think it turned people off subconsciously, even though they probably never even thought about it. But the energy I was sharing was too intense, too tense, too stressed. So through face yoga, I have been able to relax and increase my self-awareness about how to relieve the stress here. One of the ways I relieve my smile is by lifting my smile. So we have two different muscles here. One is the buccinator muscle. I don't think you can really see it there, but it goes like that. It actually kind of dips here. So when we stress this out, we press this down. So we may find over time that we get jowls from just habitual use. But if we reverse our smile from focusing on this muscle, which looks like this, we're going back toward the ears, we're dragging it down here, and we lift toward this muscle here, the zygomatic muscle, which pulls the face up at a 45-degree angle toward the ear, and it actually acts as a little belt that supports our other cheek muscles. So not only are we relaxing and presenting with a more stress-free smile, but we're also lifting this part of the face, which offers a feeling of relaxation to those who see us. Except, that's subjective, of course, but this is the idea here that we're getting at. So the way to do this is to begin orienting your smile, and you can place your fingers here right at the sides of your mouth just to start feeling this insertion point from this muscle, the zygomatic muscle that goes here, and also the buccinator muscle that goes like this. Oh, I'm going a little bit over, but we'll wrap up here in about 2 minutes. So pressing here and smiling. What we're going to do to smile, we're not going to move the sides of the teeth, the mouth. We're going to lift from this zygomatic muscle. So going to smile and just practice here. You can gently hold it in. Can feel the muscle is up here, not the one down here. So, and you're even lifting here, which gives more stimulation to the top lip. That's a more relaxed smile. Now it's not as like jacked up, for lack of better words, but gentle, calm, composed. You're not frowning, which we can do if we do that. So really becoming more aware of your expressions and how they hold a shape in your face over time to create these sort of jagged edges and stress marks of noticeable tension can be relieved with facial yoga. I'm just so delighted to share this with you today. I have a lot of different offerings to share if it's something that you're interested in exploring more. Otherwise, I plan to drop in here about twice a month, and you can get some free face yoga and leadership tips. And I'm happy to share them here with you. So I really want to thank you for watching this video. If you like it, share it with someone else. I'd like to just thank you again for being a part of my Friday, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and weekend. Happy 4th of July. Take care. Bye-bye.